Finesse, and welcome to Random Advice. This is my channel, Embracing Expansion, where I just share with you my spiritual journey, and I am so looking forward to hearing about yours. If you are on yours as well, I mean, we all are really. I wanted to remind us today in Random Advice that it's not as hard as we think. It's not as hard as we think to share love, to treat others as you want to be treated. It's not as hard as we think. It really starts with loving yourself. Loving yourself is loving everyone else. Okay? If I love myself, I wouldn't want to get myself upset. So when someone does something to me when someone does something towards me, I will choose a better feeling thought, a better feeling response, a better feeling reaction, and that would diffuse what could have been a very bad situation. You understand? Or a very bad argument. Like, it's so easy. I'm finding it so much easier to act from a place of love towards myself and others, because if I am feeding my senses to love towards loving myself, then I will automatically be doing the same for you. Something happened this week where we were at work, and then our names were not, well, usually we were introduced by our names on stage, and someone who was introducing us, she decided she's just not going to say our name. And that upset my partner. Of course it upset me too. But I was like, I can say my own name. Just because she's mad doesn't mean I have to be mad. And if I think she's mad, it's most likely just, I don't know that she's mad. She could have probably just forgotten or whatever. But I'm not going to let it ruin my night. I love where I am on this stage. I love performing right now, So I decided I'm just going to say what our names are. And I said, I said, hi guys, our names are, and I did that, and I continued with the night. It was for a moment very, of course I am a human being. We do feel emotions. Feeling emotions is okay. What you choose to do with those emotions. Are you wanting to stay in that bad place that you feel? No. So what I did was, I expressed my anger, of course, or my unhappiness with what happened to the person's superior. But then I realized, why do I have to report them and punish them? Why would that make me feel good? And I realized, no, it wouldn't make me feel good, because that's ultimately not what I want out of the situation. I don't want to make someone else feel bad. That's not going to make me feel good. And I tend to believe that that's never anyone's intentions, because we all come from a place of love. So I will never ever believe that someone who kills someone wants the person dead or hates the person. When you do something to someone else, you're doing it to yourself, because doing that is not serving you, because you're angry. That anger is what you're exercising. You're not healing. You're not helping yourself, and you're not helping others. If we choose to, if we think, or we walk around like we're so much in control of everything, the most important thing we have to be in control of is ourselves. We cannot control what other people choose to do with their time, their senses. We can control what we do for ourselves. And how we do that is by feeding our senses positively, feeding our senses from a place of love, from a place of, I care about me, so I don't want to feel any negative emotion. And it's ridiculous for me to feel angry or sad or disappointed based on someone else's actions. I have to respect that is what that person wanted to do, and that's their choice. So in loving me, I am going to choose to act always from a place of love towards myself. And automatically, if you can decide to do that, if you can decide that, hey, I don't want to feel bad, I don't want to have anybody on my conscience for me doing them something that, and having them, if you do something bad to someone, they're on your conscience automatically, because that's not who you are. You can pretend you're okay with it. You can pretend you feel good about I did them that because they did that to me. But it doesn't feel good. If you really reflect on it, it does not feel good. Something else happened. A friend of mine, she messaged me, and I love her, beautiful, amazing soul. Something of hers got stolen, and she messaged me, and she was telling me, Fee, can you? I need your help. So I'm like, okay, sure. And she's like, someone stole my phone, and I want to cast a spell on them. I was two things. When that I literally gasped when I read the message, because I was like, wow, is that how people see me? As much as I know that I'm not in control of that, and I'm like, am I doing anything that would cause people to think that that's the kind of person that I am, that I cast spells on people or want to punish people or whatever? And I'm like, no, just cancel that and just act from a place of love, because these feelings you're feeling right now, they're not loving towards yourself. So I'm like, let me just speak my perspective into that person, or just share with her. And she was so receptive. I just said to her, babe, I'm very into my spirituality and learning about myself and all that, but I don't do it from a place of power over others. I do it from a place of love, you know. Because I experienced an instant where my stuff was stolen maybe a year ago, and I just told myself, at first I was upset, don't get me wrong, but I didn't stay there. I was like, you know what, Finesse? Maybe that person needed that. Let's just say they needed that, because that feels better to me, knowing that. And another reason it felt better to me to feel that way was because I know me, and I know that if someone asks me something, that I'm willing to give to them if I can. And even if I can't, sometimes I would still try to help another way, whether it's by advice on how to get it, or I borrowed from someone to assist them, something. But I always try. So these thoughts felt better to me in that moment, and I shared that with her, and she was just so receptive. And the thing we have to remember is we are physical beings. We are human beings, and we are going to get upset. We are going to get sad. We are going to get disappointed. The point of that, or what we have to try to do, loving yourself, is choosing not to stay in those negative emotions. Loving yourself is you're upset. Why am I upset? How can I get myself out of this space? Is there anything I can do? And there is always something you can do. Change your focus. Focus on something that brings you better feelings or better feeling thoughts. Speak your truth. Speaking your truth can help you feel good. But you have to also understand that speaking your truth does not mean that it will be received. Speaking your truth is literally just to release yourself. You cannot expect a person to accept your truth always, okay? You have to know that speaking your truth is literally just for you. That's a way of loving yourself, and doing it with love. Speaking your truth with love. Love is so important. Love is the basis. Love is the most healing and most powerful frequency. Any situation you're in, just ask yourself, how can I handle this with love? How can I deal with this from a place of love for myself? Not for the other person. That's going to come naturally when you act from a place of love for yourself. Acting from a place of love for yourself means, I want to feel good after this. I want to feel happy with my decision. I want to feel that I have made a difference, a positive difference, and that should cause you naturally, that is going to cause you naturally to make the right decision. When I was upset about the whole performance and name thing, I said a few things that I wasn't happy about, and it took me less than 5 minutes to feel like this is not who I want to be. Spirituality, or being on a spiritual journey, doesn't mean you're not going to have bad days or have bad emotions. It's about what you do with those emotions. Are you going to stay there, or are you going to do something about it? I immediately, because I had no interaction with this young lady on the night, I just was like, okay, I'm just going to apologize, because I expressed those negative emotions to her superior, and I was like, that's not okay. That's not who you are. That's not who you want to be. And you actually like that young girl. You don't have an issue with her. She might have one with you, but that is not your problem. You don't have an issue with her. So I called actually her superior and just apologized. I said, you know what? I just want to say that I'm really sorry for, the way I expressed myself tonight. That wasn't nice. That's not who I want to be. I don't feel good when I'm like that. And she was also very, empathetic and understanding. I think that made me feel so good, and what that made me aware of is that I am growing. Because too often I used to tell myself, I don't care. I say what I want to say and I don't care. But I do care. That was a lie. I do care. I care how my actions make me feel. And therefore I care how my actions make other people feel, because I am saying every day that we are all connected and we are all one. So what I do to you matters to me. So I'm always going to do, by doing what feels good to me, what feels loving to me, because I cannot stress, guys, how love is the answer. It really is the answer to everything. Love. Acting from a place of love. I was just happy to acknowledge, hey, I am actually growing, because I am not okay being that way, even if it feels like I won, even if I was right. I don't want to be right by hurting someone or making someone feel inferior or feel bad about themselves or speaking bad about themselves. You can be right in love. Always try to be right from a place of love. Some people are so excited to be like, I was right and you're wrong. It's not about even being right. It's just about understanding. How do we fix this together so that all parties involved are okay, are happy? That is really what I want to drive to you guys today on Random Advice. Act from a place of love always. First and foremost for yourself, and naturally it is going to be projected towards everyone you meet. Love isn't selfish. Love isn't prideful. Love has no ego. Okay? Love is respectful. Love is kind. Okay? Love is honest. Alright? So that's what I want to leave with you today. Okay? I'm just so happy with just the journey, the spiritual journey, and it's not really about being perfect. We were already perfectly made, so we don't have to try to do anything. Perfection is not the goal here. We are already that. We have all the tools we need, right? So remind yourself of your perfection in love and act from that place of love. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I so enjoy just chatting. I know it's just me and a camera here, but I always feel beautiful energy when I'm sitting here and just sharing this with you. I am just grateful and honored and humbled about just this beautiful journey that I'm on, sharing parts of me with you guys. I hope that it helps someone. That's all that matters. I'm not really trying to, like I said, it's not about this is just about reach for me. This is just about reaching the people who need to be reached and who are open and aware of trying to become more aware of their power, more loving of themselves, more embracing of their divine connection, and their purpose here, which I will say is contributing to the power of the universal subconscious mind. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful Saturday. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:11 with Embracing Expansion. Stay humble.